Jet Starling, the astrogator extraordinaire of the galactic hopscotch, slapped the console with a grin that could bend space-time. Humanity's leapfrogging contraption, the pride of the 22nd century, hummed like a jazz band warming up for the gig of a lifetime. The thing about the universe was, it wasn't just vast. It was embarrassingly void of RSVPs to humanity's cosmic block party. "Come on, you universe-sized rain check, where's the confetti?" Jet mumbled to himself, swiping through the navigation charts like they were dating profiles. Each star, a potential dance partner. Each planet, a chance for a galactic tango. But the dance floor? Eerily empty. As the galactic hopscotch prepared to skip across the cosmos, Jet pondered the paradox of it all. Humans had expected to join an interstellar federation, a cosmic United Nations of sorts, brimming with diverse life and technicolor dreams. Instead, it was like showing up to a masquerade ball only to find out you're the only one in a costume. But humans are a stubborn bunch. Bred on a planet that threw tantrums with weather and tectonics, they were the scrawny kid at the beach who grew up to be a lifeguard. Adversity was their sandcastle, and they were the kings and queens of the beach. Jet's thoughts were interrupted by a beep from the console. Another empty quadrant mapped. "Hooray!" he drawled, the sarcasm dripping like oil in zero gravity. The crew, a motley ensemble that could double as a jazz band, shared Jet's sentiments. They had signed up for adventure, for the handshake at the end of the universe. Instead, they got a whole lot of space and introspection. It was during one of these introspective moments that Jet had a brainwave. If the universe wouldn't come to them, they'd bring the universe a housewarming gift. And so the message was crafted, a cosmic invitation, words woven with the threads of human spirit. The broadcast wasn't just a hello, it was a call to a cosmic conga line. It was beamed out with the hope that somewhere some tentacled thinker or silicon-based philosopher would pick it up and feel the rhythm. Days turned to weeks, and weeks to months. The hopscotch hopped, and the crew's optimism waned like the battery of an overused smartphone. But then, the improbable happened. A signal, a blip on the radar, a cosmic double-take. The Gravitos, those lovers of their own planetary weight, responded. "Party hats? We prefer gravitational belts, but we're intrigued." It was the equivalent of a galactic eyebrow raise. Next came a sonnet from the Solarians, sung with the voice of a star. "Your message, a photon melody, has reached the gardens of our sun-bathed temples." One by one, the replies trickled in. The Aquarian sent a message that was half bubble, half baseline. The crystallines, beings of pure light and angles, sent a geometric proof of acceptance so complex it made Jet's head spin. The galactic hopscotch became more than a machine. It was a galactic icebreaker, cutting through the frosty silence of space. Each stop became a celebration, an exchange of ideas and laughter. Humanity's penchant for exploration evolved into a shared odyssey of unity. Jet would often join the crew in the common area, sharing stories and speculating on the next species they'd encounter. Would they be like the Gravitos, with their solemn oaths to their heavy home? Or perhaps like the Nebulites, who communicated through interpretive clouds? Itty's message of solidarity, once a shot in the dark, now sparked a beacon fire in the cosmos. The universe was talking, debating, philosophizing, and yes, even laughing. Jet watched as the stars outside the viewport twinkled with possibility. The galactic hopscotch's engine purred, ready to jump once more. The crew, a once cynical bunch, now buzzed with the anticipation of newfound connections. The universe had become a neighborhood, and every new world was a housewarming. Humanity's invitation had been simple but profound. You're not alone. Let's make this vast, cold space a place to call home, together. Jet set the coordinates for their next destination, a planet rumored to be painted with rivers that sang and mountains that whispered. As the hopscotch engaged its engines, the fabric of space folded like origami, and they were off, leaving behind a trail of cosmic camaraderie.
The emptiness that once gnawed at the edges of human consciousness now brimmed with the warmth of 1,000 suns. In a universe where once there was silence, there was now symphony, a symphony composed by the many voices of the cosmos, each playing their unique part in the grand concert of existence.
Humanity had learned an invaluable lesson. The universe may be vast and mysterious, but it doesn't have to be lonely. It was a lesson that Jet Starling took to heart as he watched the stars zip by, each a reminder of the potential friends that were waiting out there, just beyond the next leap. The galactic hopscotch continued its journey, hopping from system to system, leaving a trail of laughter, cultural exchanges, and the unmistakable human touch. The crew's routine had transformed with each encounter. They were no longer explorers. They were ambassadors, pioneers of a new age. The hopscotch's crew found joy in the simple things, the shared silence when passing by a particularly beautiful nebula, the collective awe at witnessing a supernova's birth, the laughter that followed a successful gravity assist maneuver that felt more like a cosmic roller coaster ride. The stories they collected were as varied as the planets they visited. On one world, they played chess with life forms that thought in 4 dimensions, making each move an exercise in abstract thought. On another, they raced against creatures that could outrun the speed of sound, their laughter echoing across the plains. Every species they met added a thread to the tapestry of their journey. The Gravitos taught them the beauty of seeing strength in stability. The Solarians showed them how to find nourishment in light, and from the Aquarians, they learned to let the currents guide them in times of uncertainty. Jet sometimes caught himself gazing at the stars, realizing that each point of light was a story, a chance for connection. The universe was no longer a void. It was a canvas, and humanity was ready to paint it with every color of the spectrum. As the galactic hopscotch prepped for its next jump, Jet felt the familiar thrill of anticipation. The coordinates were set for a system where the inhabitants were said to weave starlight into music, notes that could be seen as well as heard. With a nod to his crew, Jet initiated the sequence. The ship's engines hummed a prelude to adventure, and then, with the grace of a dancer, the galactic hopscotch leaped into the unknown, chasing the next chapter in humanity's cosmic odyssey.
The universe awaited, vast and filled with the promise of new friendships. And for the first time in a long time, Jet Starling didn't feel like the universe was so big after all, because every corner of it was a chance to say, we're here, we're human, and we're ready to rock this galaxy together. As the stars whirled past and the fabric of space-time bent around them, Jet couldn't shake the feeling that this was what the human spirit was made for. To reach out across the emptiness and find kindred spirits among the stars, to spread joy and curiosity, and to discover that in the grand tapestry of the cosmos, every thread mattered. The galactic hopscotch, a once solitary harbinger of humanity's quest, had become a vessel of hope, a testament to the power of reaching out, and a reminder that no matter how far you travel, you're never truly alone. In this grand, expanding universe, the human story was just beginning, and Jet Starling was ready to write the next 1,000 words.